Everything we could hunt, we had it in my dad and mom would smoke and put in the smokehouse. I remember these days because I enjoyed those days. We lived on that farm and we had all kinds of peach trees, pecan trees, grapes, wild, but it was good because we picked our pears and everything. My mom made jelly for us, and I hope made jelly, and we made our own soap. We had to make our own soap out of, we called it lye soap. Killed our hog, we cut the hog up, we smoked it and put it in bacon. And I just loved the Texas hot sauce because my mom used to make them. And my daddy, he worked hard. As a child coming up, I was a career shopper, my daddy was, but I worked in the fields. It's nothing nowadays that I haven't done. I'm 85 years old right now, and I appreciate everything that my parents done for me. And working on the farm, it was hard work for a child. I used to milk cows. I stocked hay. I fed the pigs. I fed the chickens. I cut cordwood. That was in Belton, Texas. We moved there. I cut cordwood. And on the farm, we cut hay. I did. Stocked hay. I drove a John Deere tractor. That's where I learned how to drive a car. And on that farm, I cut tops, shop tops, cut cane, chop cotton, pick cotton, we cut corn, we pick corn, shop tops, and I done all of that. I shopped, we go to the field, we go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. We didn't know we didn't get off till 5 and 6 at night because we had to take care of the farm. And it was kind of at that time, I guess, and we had our own milk cow, we had to make our own butter. We didn't go to the store to buy nothing because we didn't have the money no way. But we made our own butter, chewing butter, and I worked at a dairy. That was in Cameron, Texas. I used to work at the dairy. I worked there milking cows. And then we moved from there to Slater, Texas. That's where I used to cut cordwood. You know, me and my brother's son, we used to wrap my feet with grass sack in the wintertime so we could go to the woods and cut cordwood for $1.50 a cord because my mom was sick at that time and my daddy wasn't working. The only thing he knew was farm work. And I used to work there at the place where we stayed on. We were sharecroppers. That was in Slater in Belton, Texas. I worked there at the white folks' house. As I can remember, I barely can remember, I was about 9 years old. And I used to work at the white lady's house and I used to wash and cook for the field hands, which was about 13 or 14 field hands. I had to take care of that house, cook for them field hands. And I was 9 years old. I used to stand up on a box so I could wash dishes and try to cook what I knew to cook, take care of the field hands. I picked cotton. We made our own cotton sacks. I used to make cotton sacks, my mom did. And we would go out in the field and we pick cotton all day, 35 cents a hundred. I've done that. I've done all of that. And it kind of brought me up on the rough side of the mountain, but I'm still here. And I thank God that He brought me through all of this. But you kids don't understand now. You don't understand what it is to work hard in a field, picking cotton, chopping cotton, thinning corn, picking peas, picking greens, cutting cabbage. Head of cabbage. We had a big field of head of cabbage. That was in China, Texas. We had a big field of all kinds of vegetables. We had to get out there. I did. My sister never done nothing because she was always sick. Picking cotton out there, me and Puckin and Diesel was my oldest, so she was scared of worms. I used to pick cotton for her so that she couldn't be out there in the worms. I was a baby at that time. And I remember that we was picking cotton and Diesel was crying because she was scared of the worms. And it was a wasp nest there. in on the cotton, and one of the wasps bit me in she got out of her mouth. And my sister, she cried and cried because she couldn't do the cotton. And I've always been there to take care of my two sisters in Diesel and Sis, because my sister, she couldn't work. Muddy was scared of worms and she was always sickly. But me, I come up on the rough side of the mountain. I don't know nothing I haven't done. I rode a horse. We used to take my brother Henry his food when he was working at the farmhouse. And the horse, we called the horse, what's the horse's name? Buckskin. I rode Buckskin just like he was a boy. Shit, I didn't know I was a girl for a while. I thought I was a boy doing all that work. But you know, kids nowadays don't have nothing to occupy their mind. That's why they get into so much trouble. Back then, we had the work we had to do. It would have kept them out. I've never been in jail a day in my life because I was always busy. And raising up on the farm, I wish the day would have come that I could raise my family on the farm where they could learn how the eggs and where chickens come from. And they didn't know that. Y'all don't know that. You don't know nothing about hogs and things, how we had to feed them, how we used to kill the hogs. I used to help my daddy kill hogs. And we used to, and y'all, younger generation should know all about this, what kind of work it is on the farm. Kids nowadays would have been a better kid, more respect for their parents if they'd have grown up on a farm where they had to do these chores. And that was an everyday thing. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I could milk. We had 25 cows we had to milk. Me, my brother Sano, and my brother Henry. They both is dead now. But that's the way I was brought up. Shelling peas. And going to the field, picking peanuts, shucking them, shelling them by the bale basket of peanuts. We had to shell by hand. I did. Me and Sano. And then I worked when I got to Cosby. I worked at Cosby when we moved from Slater, Texas to Cosby. That was in it must have been about in 41 or about 41. And how we had to walk to school, get out there